everyone, welcome to Chalchitra Talks. मेरा नाम वाणी है and in this episode I want to recommend to you my favorite YouTube channels. The first YouTube channel that I want to recommend to you, I'm not sure how its pronunciation goes, but it's called QOVES Studio. The channel actually analyzes the faces of various people and predicts how attractive they are based on science and symmetry. It also breaks down the faces of a lot of people, a lot of Hollywood actors, and tells you what actually makes people go gaga over them. But that's not all. It talks about the cultural phenomena of beautifying your face in different parts of the world. So all in all, QOVES Studio is a good YouTube channel, and the way he does it is so aesthetic. It's a very nice YouTube channel if you want to understand how culture defines the way we look at beauty. The second YouTube channel that I want to recommend to you is HGTV Handmade. It's a DIY YouTube channel. It has a lot of shows, but my favorite happens to be Rajiv Surendra, who actually is a calligraphist. And if you watch his series, he actually taught a lot about writing letters. It's one of my favorite series. There's nothing to learn as such, but the way he takes you through different letters in history is something that I absolutely love. He also teaches you how to make chalk art, which is absolutely lovely. So do check out HGTV if you're someone who's into DIY, and check out Rajiv Surendra, especially if you are interested in calligraphy and painting. The third channel that I want to recommend to you is CRB Paper Planes. I don't think the channel is active anymore because the last video they published was from 4 years ago. The channel has only 7 videos and it teaches you how to make a paper plane, different kinds of paper planes. A lot of the videos are simply a guy following a paper plane that he's thrown into the air, and now he's just trying to make the paper plane land. I actually discovered it through one of the videos where it's all snowy and he's trying to make the paper plane land on top of a moving train, and he did so. And it's so satisfying to watch that I subscribe to the channel even though it's no longer active. The fourth channel that I want to recommend to you is Nomadic Ambience. The person who runs this channel usually walks around in the cities, collects sounds. For example, there is a video that exists. It's of the Times Square in New York, and he's just walking through the Times Square when it's pouring heavily. And the sound of the rain and thunder is something you can hear, which is absolutely amazing. And he also does these walks through the hills. If you feel like walking through a forest in the middle of a storm, you can just put on one of his videos and look at the screen, and you would actually be transported to something similar. The fifth channel that I want to recommend to you is called Nowness, which is actually an e-magazine of sorts. They get a lot of people from different cultures and they talk about the things that matter to them. Nowness is something that has really helped me understand the South Asian culture, for example, because I think they had a series taken out recently on the same. The first time I recommended YouTube channels on Chalchitra Talks, I spoke about a channel called Green Renaissance. This can be another recommendation if you did not know about this channel already. Green Renaissance has to be one of my absolute favorite channels. Green Renaissance brings absolute ordinary people and they tell their ordinary stories, but that changes you in a way. Nowness is just like that, but the aim is to bring together culturally different people. The sixth channel that I want to recommend to you is called Letters Live. Letters Live is something that you will absolutely love if you enjoy reading letters. They bring together some of the famous artists and they read their favorite letters to you. I just got a little overwhelmed when Tom Hiddleston read out Emily Dickinson's letters. So if you're someone who's looking into that kind of stuff, you should check out Letters Live. The seventh channel that I want to recommend to you is Dad, How Do I? It's a very heartwarming channel because there is this man who's taken up the responsibility of helping every child out there, and he basically makes videos which will help you. All in all, it's just a channel about adulting, and he teaches you how to bake cookies, how to change the tire, and so on, like everyday lives, but something that you would have usually asked your dad, like, how do I do this? It almost feels like you have another father sitting inside of YouTube who will answer all your queries. Before I go, I also want to recommend to you another channel. It's Frame Order. I discovered it when I started enjoying watching short films a lot. Frame Order constantly posts animated short films that usually last not more than a minute. I don't like most of their work that they've posted recently, but some of their work from the last few years has been amazing. So these were my favorite YouTube channels. I think I've exhausted most of this list, but in case you have some recommendations for me, do let me know in the comments below. Before I go, I want to tell you that if you like our work, you can support us on Patreon or become a member of our YouTube community. We have carefully divided our patrons into 3 different categories: Goodfellas, Gladiators, Godfathers. Each category comes with its own perks. Godfathers, for example, get access to our exclusive WhatsApp groups that are dedicated to books, movies, music. They get to be a part of the monthly town hall sessions that Vaibhav and I host with them. They also get invited to our streams, to our Chalchitra movie quiz. And if you like our work, do support us. And if you like the recommendations as well, do comment down your favorite YouTube channels. And I will be back with another recommendation for you in my next episode.